BVarsity Live here in the Dignity Health Studio. Zach Ewing and Trevor Horn with you, and we have some more guests in the studio. We're getting them in, getting them out today, and that's
I have a squeaky chair.
Yeah, Trevor had to get up to close the door. But in the studio now with us, returning into the studio, is Bakersfield Drillers head coach Paul Golla, and for the first time, his daughter Audria. How are you guys?
We're doing awesome. Thanks for having us.
Did I say that right? Did I get your name right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm always worried about that.
Uh-oh.
So, Coach Golla can win number 100 at BHS, which Trevor had a nice story on in the paper this morning. It's almost like that's a lot of coaches say it's a longevity thing. You know, I won 100. That just means I've been here a long time. But you haven't been here that long. I mean, you haven't even coached 10 full seasons yet. So to win 100 in that time frame has to mean something to you.
It's pretty incredible. You know, when Shelly, my wife, told me last week, at first it's kind of like, oh, okay. But then you really thought about it, and one of my major problems is I live in the now. I'm a grinder,
Right?
And so when she told me in the article this morning, it was really neat because you reflect and think about all the great teams and the kids that you coached and all the coaches that were with you. And I mean, we've been blessed at Bakersfield High School with a great administration and then some great coaches and then obviously the players.
I was just doing the math. You're 99 and 23 at BHS. So that's 122 weeks. So that's 122 times that Dad's been like stuck in front of the TV watching film, right? I mean, that's basically how every week is. But it's here's my question for you. Do you settle into the routine of football just like, I mean, you almost have to, right, as a whole family?
Yeah, definitely. Every day I come home from swim, Dad's just sitting there on the iPad just watching film over and over again. He doesn't get to sleep till like really late at night, and it's just crazy how much he puts into it.
Are you allowed to bother him when he's into his film?
I'd be scared.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I've bothered you several times with phone calls during swim. What is Amistoy doing in here?
I'm getting a little Serrano pride.
There you go. Go Diamondbacks.
All right. So, you talk about living in the now. It really is. You have to focus if you're going to be that successful. And you talk about it all the time, but it has to be that week, that game. Doesn't matter who you're playing. Doesn't matter if you expect to win by 50 points. If you don't take care of business that week, who cares about the next week?
That's exactly right. You know, we're blessed with our family understanding is you know, every night you come home, try to spend some family time, and then I got to watch our practice film. You know, and then on the practice film, you got to put notes on the practice film. Got to be ready in the morning so when the kids show up, you're prepared. So the days are long, that's for sure. The nights are short. But you know, luckily that as a family we don't really know much difference. You know, our dad's gone a lot on the weekends, but you know they say what's your hobby? My hobby is trying to get every second I can with our family.
Yeah,
you know,
which you have to the rest of the year, and then obviously just steal it here or there during the week. When is sort of that family time during the week for you? Is there a day or a time you set aside?
Yeah, Sundays are a big day for us.
Yeah.
Saturdays we go in the office, and then I get home about 3. I get up early, go in. I get home about 3, and I'll spend at least three hours with the family. Audrey is probably sometimes she's gone on a swim meet somewhere, and I won't be able to get it during the football season. But after the football season, I get to go watch her swim. But I'd say Sundays are a big day, and then Wednesdays we have a night practice, so I get home and I'll play catch with Gunter for probably an hour and a half. So it's not like I never see him, but it is a short window.
Yeah.
But then the two of you have Tuesdays and Thursdays together in the weight room after school, right?
Actually, we have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So we lift 4 days a week together.
And that obviously, Audrey, for you, that I mean, just to be able to have that little extra time with Dad and know that you get to spend, you know, the next 4 years of high school with him. And, you know, when you get bored or you have a downtime and you have something going on that, you know, you don't have to go that far. Any thoughts on that?
It's like really cool to know that I have someone there to like have my back, you know, and I love just spending time with him because, you know, we don't really get to do that much. And yeah.
Well, I guess for Paul, for you too, you know, the big thing is that we're talking about, you know, possibly win number 100 tomorrow night. But I guess for Driller Nation and everybody involved with Gunter and, you know, is there going to be another 100 for Paul Golla here at Bakersfield High School?
You know, the thing is, Bakersfield High, those kids are our family. You know, my wife's a huge part of what goes on. She decorates the locker room, you know, does a tremendous amount. And our son is on the floor at practices and And I think that's what's a little bit different is, and I think if you're going to be in this business for a while, it has to be a family. And I think Audrey would tell you that those boys are an extension of our family, and we feel that way. And for Shelly and us, it's a real passion that those guys get a first-class experience at Bakersfield High. And hopefully we're affecting their lives for the future, not just this year.
Well, and, I talked to Lameshia Hill, who is now your starting quarterback, and the things that he was saying and the way that he was talking about you, it wasn't a player talking about a coach. It was really a player talking about a father figure in his life. Is that something as a coach you really, through the line, years in Texas, Silverado, and now the last decade here in Bakersfield, that's really what you're able to take away from this, is being a father figure to those that, sometimes maybe need it.
That's the only reason we coach. And if you look at our staff, if we got a guy that cusses on our staff or is chewing tobacco at our staff, he's fired. He's gone. We hire role models. Every coach on our football program is first a role model and then a coach. These are men that are successful in not just education, but as carpenters, as policemen, as firemen, as whatever. But they're successful and they're great family men, and they are all role models. So not just myself. Hopefully, Coach Maynard, when I coach at the University of Redlands, says, Coach, just work hard and as hard as you want your kids to work, and you'll be fine. And really, that's what it's been. I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can, and hopefully they could see it, and you could be a role model through that. And not just a role model through that, but the way we talk, the way we act, the way we pay attention to detail. You'll never come to a practice and hear us say a cuss word, ever. It's not like that. We're hard on kids, there's no doubt. And we're very detailed, but it's first off, we're role models because we want them to look to see what a hard-working, successful person, how he acts and what he does to be successful.
Audrey, you came on campus. Obviously, your dad's a fixture there on campus. Did everybody know who you were, or did you have to tell people? How was that?
Well, it was kind of like the first day of school. Every single room I walked into, the teacher would be like, Golla. And I'd be like, yeah, that's me. They would only know me by my last name. And
everybody's head perks up when they say Golla. Yeah.
They didn't, know me. They knew my dad, which is fine by me. But
that's good. Obviously, any success that you guys have is the family success. That's very clear. Trevor asked about the next 100, and I know you got to worry about the first 100 first. You're not there yet, right? Friday night. But I do want to ask a question. And we mentioned this on the preview show back in August, but the program is as good of shape now as it has been for decades, maybe. You guys won the state championship last year, have a chance to get back there this year. Where is BHS football going in your eyes?
Our freshmen are undefeated. Our JVs are undefeated. We've lost one game, so I think we're what did that make it? 17-1 as a program.
It's going terrible then.
So it's a deal where it's we have a great freshman staff. We have a great JV staff who's really our varsity staff. They go down and coach. They're getting varsity coaching, and it's a great system. Not to say that if we don't get athletes that will change in a hurry, because obviously great kids make you a good coach.
Right.
But I think the system's in place.
We will. Let's talk briefly about Frontier, because that's the opponent tomorrow night for number 100. They're banged up. Second year in a row, they really have been. Isaiah Sharp probably won't play again. How do you prepare for a team like that is maybe snake bitten, kind of that animal in the corner type?
It's not hard. Just 2 years ago they upset us at homecoming at home. So you got those memories are I remember that memory as much as I remember a state championship memory. It motivates you, and then plus they give us fits every year. Even last year, how good we were. We had a trick play to get up by 2, and then they came back, and then it went back and forth with them. So they give us fits every year.
Is your defense this year? I know you're a defensive guy. Is it as good as it's been since you've been at BHS? Because I know the offense isn't quite as explosive as last year, maybe, but the defense seems better to me.
I think differently. I think it could be. I think in the secondary we're better. I think up front we may not be as sound sometimes, and that's a goal of ours, to be 100% execution in those front 6 guys. But definitely, I think this could end up being one of the best defenses we've had at Bakersfield since I've been there, for sure.
And then on the opposite spectrum on offense, you and I talked about it a little bit more than I was able to write about in the story, but just being able to get guys like Patrick Rainier and Kiara Gregg, who were two guys fighting for that quarterback position. But on Tuesday, they're both in there, hitting the trenches at different positions, at different skill positions on offense. Can you just elaborate a little bit more about what it means to you to have guys like that just buy into the system, and whatever you ask of them, their first reaction is, "I got you, coach."
Our philosophy at Bakersfield High is based on the Maslow hierarchy of needs. I was telling you, in the bottom, it starts with physiological. You got to eat, you have nutrition, you have to drink water, and then it goes to safety needs, where you got to feel safe. You got to be able to come to a practice and feel like this is a good atmosphere, and then it would be affiliation needs, friendship and love. So you got to come where you feel loved and you feel okay, and then at the top it's self-actualization, where it's win today. And how do you know when you're self-actualizing is when you know you're going to have a successful football team. It's when a kid says, look, I know that my dad says I'm a Division I running back, but I'll play anywhere to have success. Coach, I'll play guard if that's what we need to do for the team to have success.
You've had kids do that.
And we have guys do that. Matter of fact, for two of our offensive tackles were wide receivers that moved down. And then up front wise, we have guys that have been defensive backs who've come down and start our front six for us, because we do lack some size at Bakersfield High. And that's when you know you're going to be great, is when kids could buy in and not just think about themselves or, hey, I'm a third string running back, but man, I can move somewhere else and be a starter. And that's what happens is you're good when those type of things happen. You're not good when someone says, I'm not moving positions. This is horrible. You guys have done me wrong. That's when you're going to have a rough year, I think.
We'll take a break, and we're going to bring in Lena Washington from KGT. Coach, are you going to stick around for another few minutes for us?
I actually got to get Audrey back. She has swim.
Well, that's listen. Family
that's the
takes
life
precedence.
Of a high school football coach and
that's
father.
Right. He just looked at the clock and said, "Oh, that's what time it is." So, Paul Golla, Audrey Golla, we appreciate you guys joining us again. Congratulations on all the success, and good luck the rest of the year.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you with Audrey swimming too. We'll take a break. Be right back on BVarsity Live with Lena Washington.
Thanks, guys.
One thing